that matter.
I was just interested in how much your relationships with your own fathers has influenced the way that you are with your children, either in a good way or a bad way, really.
I actually don't really have a proper father. I have a stepdad who isn't really a father to me either. When he found out Emma, Mrs. not here today, was pregnant, he blanked us for the whole 9 months. Actually, probably, I'd say 10 months, until he actually saw Dylan. And then he started to be a bit more dad-like, but not in the way of giving advice or things like that. He was, he just, you know, he enjoyed the time when we were there. He likes having a laugh with us now and things like that. But at the start, it got to a point where me and him could have walked outside and had a punch up. It was that tense in the house. I felt like I wanted to take him outside and give him a proper hiding. I didn't, because being the bigger person that I should be, I was thinking about more that I should concentrate on my son and my girlfriend than I should on him being a prat and not paying attention and things like that.
With things between me and my father, it was a bit topsy-turvy. When I was about 13, my dad and my mum split up and it got really messy, and what happens in most breakups, and what I've come to find now, that I've actually been in the same boat as him, as me and my partner split up, and I can now relate to some of the problems that he had with him trying to get access to seeing me, and to understand like why I didn't have that much of a connection. I mean, due to unforeseen circumstances, he was not allowed to see me until I turned 18, and after my 18th birthday, me and him got back together and we were talking and we worked things out, and that's really good. And when it comes to my son, it's like I just don't want him to not have a father around, because I knew how much it hurt me when I was 13, and growing up, like when you're at that troubled age of being a teenager, it's a life-changing thing what happens to you. And to know that if you haven't got your father around, that means who do you look up for to a role model? And I mean, the one thing that I don't want is for my son to be looking up to some other bloke and thinking, yeah, that's my role model, when I want my son to be looking at me and saying that I'm a prime example. And what I've learnt from my father is, my father's always said to me that I've got to work. So what I've found now is my ex-partner, she's on benefits and she's got a place and got money, well, gets benefit money, and she can't treat him to going off doing things. So what I got now is I go out to work. Whenever I have my son, I take him out and I give him the best day that he can ever have, because I make the most of that time that I've got with him. And I take him off to, for example, take him off swimming, or take him off to Legoland or stuff like that. So that means then that he's really going to remember me, and he's going to look at me and think, actually, the way in life is not to be on benefits, but to actually work, because he's seeing that his father's providing for him and actually showing him the good side of working and being able to have that money.
I think because I learnt my ways of how to look after my boy, because when my little sister was a baby, my mum was extremely well. My stepdad was now about, he's always working. You hardly ever saw him because he was due a promotion, so he worked his arse off for that. So I think I learnt all my ways from my mum, and of course looking after my little sister. So everything I've learned today, I actually learnt on my own, or my mum didn't actually tell me. She just pushed me in that little right direction so I could learn it myself. So when I'm ready to have kids, and funny enough, she didn't expect me to have it so early in life, but it's nice. My mum still tries and tells me what to do, but I'm like, Mum, stop, let me have a go. If I do it wrong, just point me in that direction again, like you did before. And she just gives me the evils, and it's like, you're too grown up to, you're not grown up enough, you know. It makes me feel like I'm at the wrong age to have a child, but I'm at the right age, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, as Gareth was saying, most of the things that I've learnt as far as taking care of my children goes, I've learnt from my mum. But then again, as I say, I've learnt what not to do from my dad's absence. So I think that it sort of helped me to understand the right and the wrong as far as parenting goes.
I'm originally from Torquay and all my family's from down in Torquay, and I'm up in the middle of Wiltshire. So when me and my partner had little, and we didn't have anyone around, so we had to let trial and error. So it was a bit daunting at first to realise, like, we got this new baby, our son, and it's like, oh great, what do we do? How many times do we have to change the nappy? How many times do we have to feed him? But I mean, what we found, the aftercare service from the midwives, what we had, was really good. They said to us, right, you need to bath him, you need to feed him this many times a day, and we had a lot of guidance from the midwives profession. And after having our little, and the aftercare service was really good.
I learned a lot of stuff from my mum, but I wanted to learn on trial and error as well, not be told what I'm doing wrong and do it this way. And I was getting told by my mum and then by my partner's mum to do it different ways, and they were telling us different ways what they do it, and it was just, I told them to back off, and I want to bring my son up how I want to bring him up. Not, I don't want a disruptive child, but I don't want a goody two shoes. I want a child that keeps me on my toes. So that's what I've let him be, and they don't like it half the time, but he's my child and he's my partner's child, so we do it how we want to do it. After we had our child, the midwife was really nice, but before that, I could get a word in edgeways. I wasn't allowed to tell her that my partner wasn't eating properly, or she feeling sick all the time. She'd never ask me how my partner was being, even though I was around her all the time. It was just asking my partner saying, yeah, I'm fine, I'm eating, yeah, blah, 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 and that was it.